we still talk about divers now with the next speaker, who is Rory O'Callaghan from Seasearch Ireland, who is going to introduce us, to give us an overview of the schemes that they will be carrying out in 2023.
Thanks, Maria. So 2023, we're hoping to get back out on the road again. Thank God. We started a whole bunch of projects in 2018, 2019, which we were never able to take out to people. But I suppose the reason I wanted to talk to people is one of the things we noticed that, like, because of lockdown, that stuff, people had more time to think about projects and stuff like that. And one of the things we're finding, I'm sure Dave, I see is on the talk as well, we're finding is an awful lot of people are starting to do their own projects, but it means that there's an awful lot of projects going on in local areas, but they're not comparable because there's no standard methodology, and they're not, people are just sort of going out and starting to record. So what we're hoping to do is to get in contact more with local groups so that when we go out to do our training, we're doing it in person with local groups who are already recording in the area, rather than sort of trying to steal recruits. So one of the schemes we started running in 2016, and we were up to 13 sites by 2019, and we got knocked back, is a adopt a site scheme, which is for scuba divers to record at a given site 5 times a year during the summer. And because of the methodology behind it, it's customizable to any site that people have an interest in recording. So it doesn't matter whether it's seagrass or kelp forest or whatever. So we'd like to get out and recruit more volunteers for that. We're working with the aquarium on a sponge recording scheme to collect sponge samples, photograph them in situ, and then Maria will identify them, hopefully, if it's possible, we'll identify them to species, and then the idea would be we'd keep the samples so that we'd have a database, so that if people wanted to do genetic work in the future, they would be able, those samples would be available for that. There's a lot of interest at the moment in seagrass, and this is primarily where we're seeing it, is that there's an awful lot of individual seagrass projects, even like people in the same county recording their own seagrass site, but with a different methodology. And we'd like to get out on the road, talk to people doing that work, and try and get people in contact with each other. And then the last project that we're going to start next year, and it's one that people are always interested in, is the Ray project are looking to survey skate egg laying sites. So we're hoping they're going to identify a bunch of sites, and then they're going to be looking for people to help them with the scuba surveys of those sites. So we're hoping to get people interested in that. But I suppose the main thing is just like that, if people are interested in marine recording in their local area, we'd love to come down and organise a workshop with you in an area, because it's much better if we don't have to try and remotely organise things. And then in terms of the training, what we're trying to do more and more is deliver the sort of classroom-based training online, so that when we come down to help people with recording, we get it all done in one day. And then if there's anyone who works in dive centres in particular, we're looking to organise training with them, because one of the big issues we have is scuba divers, there's qualifications, there's national standardised qualifications schemes. There's no such thing for snorkelers. So it's much harder for us to recruit snorkelers, even though they're obviously a good source of marine records. So thank you. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you, Rory. I look forward to seeing your sponges, guys.